In ARCHICAD, there are basically three ways to create stairs. And the first thing we do is we go into our stair tool and double click. And as you can see in our library, we have a selection of stairs, wood stairs, that we can select from. Say a U-shaped stair. And we have certain parameters that we can work with. First is preview and positioning. This box here gives us our relative base height, and this box gives us our height to base 0, and these give us our various different dimensions, our width and our length and our height. We also have various different parameters that we can work in. We can adjust our tread and riser sizes, the stair and landing slab, whether we want the railing on both sides, right side, left side, or none. What kind of rail, whether it be a balustrade, say parallel bars, as you can see in our preview box, the changes that are made by selecting these different options. Just a simple bar, solid frame, rail frame, rail solid, post with balusters, wired, wooden, rail post with bars, so we can click OK, and we can drop that down on top of our slab in our project, and we can take a look at that in 3D. Go back to our floor plan. The next way to do a stair is to double click on the stair tool and go up here to where it says create stair, and we'll click on create stair. We have an option to create a stair or create a slope. If we create a slope, we can say pick a straight run with intermediate landing, click OK. And here we have various different adjustments for what would be something like a ramp. Our height from the top of the ramp to the bottom of the ramp, the width. We can lock that height using this little box right here. We can adjust the length. We can adjust the intermediate landing length. And we can adjust the length of the walking line. Here we can select the structure and the landing settings. And you see the various different structure types here. If we select this one here, click OK, and we'll save that on the desktop as Untitled. Normally you're going to put that in your project library that you'd set up for that particular project. Click OK. We'll select this and we'll show the selection in 3D. Go back to the first floor and delete that. If we go back into our stair tool, click Create Stair. Let's pick a double winder for the stair. And click OK. We have various different settings here. We have the geometry and flight settings. We have the structure and landing settings. We have tread settings. We have railing settings. We have the floor plan symbol settings. And we have the listing settings. So let's go over some of these. The geometry and flight settings. As in the ramp, we can set the height from floor to floor. We can set the flight width. We can set the length on the lower part. We can set the length on the middle part. And we can set the length on the upper part. We also have options here for our winders. Our winder settings, we can set the number of risers in the lower winder and the number of risers in the upper winder. Also the offset of the upper winder. Flight settings gives us the number of risers on the lower side, number of risers on the upper part, the lower offset of the first winder, the upper offset of the first winder, and the upper offset of the second winder. These two boxes here give us, we can put in our minimum step value, which would reflect your local code requirements. For instance, 2 risers plus a run or 24 inches. This little box here will set the depth of the tread, and this box here will set the riser height. This will give us an option to add a top tread or have the top tread below the first floor level. As we make adjustments through here, we can check the stair to see if the stair will work. The stair is okay, so we click OK. And we can place the stair. We'll take a look at these other settings first. This is the structure and the landing settings. So if I click that, you can see we have various different structure types. We can adjust the stair slab thickness, which would be this measurement right here for that type of slab, or the carriage thickness for this type. Here we can select the stair slab thickness, the carriage thickness, and the offset of the side holder. Now if we go down here to tread settings, we can set the overhang of the nosing and the thickness of the tread. We can set the overhang of the nosing on the left side and also on the right side. We can also select the materials. If we go down here, we'll get our railing settings. Now here we can have the railing segmented as shown with the red lines, where we'll have railings on both sides of the stairs going all the way up, or say just the outside. We can select the type of railing that we're going to have. No railing, simple wireframe, simple surface, a solid frame, a filled solid frame with a balustrade, parallel bars, posts with balusters, posts with bars, posts with panels, a simple bar, twisted, wire, wooden. Let's select posts with balusters. And we'll have it going both sides all the way up. When we do that, we have some additional parameters here. We can set the top height, bottom height, lower overhang, and the upper overhang. We can select whether they're inside the stair or outside the stair. And we can also select the side offset. And we have some additional parameters here for the post setting. Down here we can select the symbol setting for the floor plan. We've also got the ability now to select all these different pins and structure line types on the 2D symbol. We also have parameters for the text display, whether to show the rail on the floor plan, showing the carriage on the floor plan, story sensitive on or off, when on is selected, we have some additional parameters as to how that's shown. We can select symbols for the walking line start, walking line end, and also symbol for the rail. We'll select that. Click OK. And we'll have to save that. So we're going to save that as Untitled 2 on our desktop. And click OK. Now we can see that stair as we've created it in the preview. I'll click OK, and then left click to put that on to the floor plan. Let's select that and see what it looks like in 3D. If we select the stair and right click to bring up our context menu, we can go into stair selection settings and we can edit the stair here. We can go into our parameters and we can adjust these parameters as necessary. If what we want to do can't be done in this parameter settings dialog box, we can go back into edit stair, and again we have all our parameters and settings available to change from the 3D view. For instance, we can change the surface materials. Right now we've got 12-inch checker. Let's go to, say, wood walnut, and let's link all those. We'll go to wood walnut. Let's leave the treads as pine. Rail material, let's leave that as black. Select OK. OK again. And now you can see that we've updated the materials in the 3D view. One other way we could create a stair in ARCHICAD, which makes it very flexible, is we can create a stair using the fill tool. The first thing we have to do is create an outline of the stairs. So I think I want to do something with a little curvy feel to it. We'll use the spline tool. And we'll close that in with a couple of lines. Go up to the fill tool here. And we can select just any fill. Click OK. We'll use the space bar. Hold that down to get the magic wand and click inside our lines here. That'll give us a fill, which we can select. One other thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to draw a line which gives us the direction of the stair. We're going to have to draw a line which gives us the direction of the stair. We're going to have to start on one edge of the fill. And end on another. Then we've got to select that entire thing. We can do that with the arrow tool. And we go into Design, Create Stair using the selection. That'll give us the stair type selection, and the custom stair is already selected. We select OK. Now that's going to bring up our settings box, and we can adjust all our settings here as we did in the previous stair that we built. We'll select OK. That's going to bring up a Save As box. We'll save that as Untitled 3 on our desktop. Now when I go back and I double click on the stair tool, you'll see that Untitled 3 is already selected, and we can click on OK, and that'll allow us to drop that stair that we created from a fill pattern onto our plan, and as you can see, it matches our fill pattern exactly. Let's select that stair and right click to bring up our context menu, and left click on Show Selection Marquee in 3D. and there's a freeform stair created by the fill tool. Go back to the first floor. One other thing you should be aware of is that CAD Image Tools has a tool called Stair Builder, which is an excellent add-on that's available. Stair Builder has been a worldwide favorite for over 10 years, and now for 12, Stair Builder has been rebuilt from the ground up to work the way you want. Stair Builder introduces an assembly approach to stair creation and design by creating the individual flights, winders, landings, and railings individually while maintaining the whole collection of pieces as a single stair assembly. So basically, with the CAD Image Stair Builder, we're adding additional flexibility to our stair creation tool. And I highly recommend that you go to the CAD Image Tools site and check that out.